If we take that light that's hanging above you away from this room, it gets darker. I think this country got darker when we took God away from the schools and we took God away from the country. A lot of people might not agree with me, but if you want to look at what's going on, I would assume that there's less love. And if you read the scripture, God is love.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, but let's just, I mean, even if they don't agree with you, well, if they don't agree with you, then they're wrong, because it's a fact that as America has become more secular, which literally means without God or away from ethical monotheism at least, right? So the belief that there is one God and that there's a way for you to live and that we are all descendants from the same God.
Yeah.
So you think about a couple things about monotheism, which is different than pagan polytheism, different than Hinduism, different than Native American paganism, is that the first contention of monotheism is that all of us from different walks of life descend from the same being. That is human equality in a nutshell. That's where you get natural human rights. Mm-hmm. That's where you get the idea that it's not okay to kill babies, mm-hmm. and that everyone gets free speech rights and that you can't just take other people's stuff. So that's an amazing proclamation. But secondly, this idea, as we have become more secular, we remove prayer from our schools, we remove the 10 Commandments from our schools, then something replaces that. There is no such thing as an atheist. I think atheism is a psyop put forward by the Satan, literally, which is that everybody has a God they worship. Mm-hmm. And that is why you go through the Decalogue, the 10 Commandments, the first of which of the commandments, it goes with, I am the Lord your God who has delivered you from the house of bondage of Egypt.
Should not have idols.
And then, well, yeah, exactly. So the first one, you have no other gods before me, have no idols. So let's think about that. No other gods before me. You might think, oh, what an outdated commandment. Doesn't matter. Everybody has something you worship.
We all are made to worship.
Yeah, exactly. And so what are you worshiping? You might be worshiping the God of self, the God of narcissism, the God of sex, the God of pleasure, the God of TikTok likes, the God of follows, the God of the bank account, the God of environmentalism, the God of wokeism, the God of COVIDian fanaticism, the God of you must get your booster. There is something that you prioritize above all. And what that thing is what you call God. And so what we have done is we remove the idea of the biblical God, a God that loves you and a God that judges you and a God that tells you how to live, with all these counterfeit pagan gods. And we see what's happened to the West, and the West is committing suicide because of it.